And Jesus saith unto him, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head.
Shalom, family, shalom. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful tonight. Okay, family, I want to do a breakdown on Matthew chapter 8, verse 20. I've seen brothers use this verse as a means to justify why they're not providing any kind of shelter for their family. And basically they'll say, well, Yahushua, he didn't have his own home, or he didn't have a home, and I'm following Yahushua. And basically they're trying to imply that Yahushua was a bum, you know. And that's not what this passage is about, you know. But what we're going to do is we're going to get a proper understanding by getting other verses to give clarity, you know, and hopefully to get the proper understanding to weed out some of these bad doctrines. With that being said, family, let me start off by giving all glory and honor to the creator of the universe, Yahweh, and to Son Yahushua. I'd like to also send out a special greeting to the brothers and sisters that's willing to push this truth out there, trying to wake up the very elect. And I have to also send out my humble appreciation for the forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our fourth mother, Sarah. All right, family, so with that being said, remember, when Yahushua was writing, you know, when Yahushua was having these parables, saying these parables, or when the prophets was writing or speaking to the listening audience, a lot of times they were speaking in these similitudes, right? And a lot of times these similitudes would be something that a lot of the people would be familiar with because of either what condition they were in, or it was connected some kind of way to our custom, our culture, and things of that nature. But anyway, so before we get that scripture, let's get. I want to get Hosea. I want to get Hosea. Chapter 12 and chapter 12 and verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and have multiplied visions, and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. So a similitude is like when the Most High would compare the characteristics of an animal and something with the children of Israel, or the stars, or what have you. So that's a similitude. That's what a similitude is. So again, so this is how the prophets, he spoke with the prophets through similitudes, you know what I'm saying, or parables, right? So now let's go to Matthew chapter 8 and verse 20 to get this parable, right? Matthew chapter 8 verse 20. And Yahushua said unto them, The fox hath holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. So again, a lot of brothers would use this passage to say, well, Yahushua, he didn't have a place to lay his head, you know, so they're trying to imply that Yahushua was a bum. But remember, Yahushua had said that he go to prepare a place for you. You know what I'm saying? And that what husbands would do customarily for their brides. So if you guys have brides or wives, you should have prepared a place for her. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is part of our culture, part of our customs. So again, you can't be following Yahushua when he went to go prepare a place for his bride. So again, that shows you how brothers will read things, and it would just, and the guys would say, well, you know, Yahushua, you know, his kingdom is going to be in heaven, but yeah, but the kingdom is going to be on earth. So what is your excuse? Again, guys going to use excuses because that's what a lot of these guys do. These guys really don't want remedy. They just want to make excuses. But anyway, let's go to 1 Timothy. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 5 in verse 8. 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than the infidel. So again, if you're not providing for your own family, you're worse than the infidel. So that would kill that right there. And we know Yahushua would not fall in this category. Again, like I said, he already said he'd go to prepare a place for his bride. So again, it's just, the guys just shoot themselves in the foot all day. But anyway, let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 29 and verse 5. Build ye houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them. And take ye wives, and begot sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters unto husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that they may be increased there and not diminish. So again, now the guys will take the wives part, they'll take that part, but they won't take the part about building houses or planting gardens. Again, these guys, and remember, this was during the captivity of Babylon, right? So again, you can't even use captivity as an excuse, but our people will use an excuse because our people really don't want to do things in this book. And I'm not saying you have to buy a house, put an apartment, But anyway, even myself, I'm looking at to buy land and to build my own house on it or what have you. Even working with a few brothers and sisters, where we can even put our resources together and we can buy more land and help each other buy or build houses, and it'd be a lot cheaper, But again, most of the people don't have that mindset. People don't want to come together. People just want to make excuses. But anyway, let's go ahead and really edify this. Let's really edify this and just, by now, all this shit makes sense by now. But we're going to really, really edify this. Yeah, let's go to John chapter 18. And let's start off at verse 31. Now, I really want you guys to pay attention to this. I really want you to catch what's going on. This is when Hamashiach was being delivered to Pilate by the chief priests and the elders of Israel, right, to try to have him brought up on charges. Verse 31. John chapter 18, verse 31. Then Pilate said unto them, take ye him and judge him according to your law. So if you have a law, you should have somewhat of a standing government, right? So let's just jump down to verse 35. Pilate answered, am I a Jew? Thy own nation and chief priests have delivered thee unto me. What hast thou done? So Pilate said, your own people, your own nation. So again, like I said, we had some form of a nation stand. This is why we come together, we can have somewhat of a standing nation. Again, our people just don't even get this. Verse 36. Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. Now that word world will be cosmos, right? So he's saying that his kingdom is not of this government or not of this community or of this society. I want y'all to get this. That's what he was saying in Matthew chapter 8, verse 20. That, the foxes have their own community. The birds have their own community. But the Son of Man don't have his own community. That's what he was saying. Okay, so his own kingdom. Let's read it again. 36, verse 36. Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews? But now is my kingdom not from hence. So again, he wasn't saying that he was a bum. He was saying that this wasn't his kingdom. That's what he was saying. So again, I hope this makes sense. Again, don't believe that. And I say study to show our self-approval. But again, family, I hope this makes sense to those who are really seeking right information. With that being said, as usual, peace, love, shalom.